Hey juicers, of all the monuments dedicated to presidents, there is one that stands above all the rest. Literally, because it's 555 feet tall. But also because it memorializes perhaps our most important president, our first president, Mr. George Washington. But while all the other presidents got statues, why did Washington get this giant tower? Well, it's actually not a tower at all. It's an obelisk, and obelisks originated in ancient Egypt and were built to honor some seriously important things, like their gods at the time. Well, George Washington was definitely not a god, but he was pretty awesome and he did do a lot for the country, so he got an obelisk instead of a boring old statue.
Oh yeah.
Planning for the monument actually began long before they ever started building it. In fact, space for what was to be a colossal monument to honor George Washington was actually included in the original plans for DC in the early 1790s before the city was even built. Construction finally did begin on the Washington Monument over 50 years later in 1848, and by 1854, construction stopped. See, the whole project was privately funded, and basically they ran out of money. Then the Civil War happened. So it remained like this for 22 years. Construction finally did resume in 1876, but this time the government took over and got it finished up by 1884, almost 100 years after it was conceived and nearly 40 years after they started building it. Fun fact, if you look closely, you'll notice the monument is actually two different colors. This is because in the first phase of the project, they actually got the stones from a different quarry than they did years later when the government took it over. Meant to inspire awe as it honors the first in a long line of American presidents, when it was first built, it was actually the tallest building in the whole world. It's not today, but it is the tallest building in DC, and you can ride an elevator all the way to the very top. And that's the juice.